It's Saturday. It's Saturday. It's Super Sucky Saturday. Adam Fitness with Coach A. This is day number 202. It is the first Saturday of October here in Cleveland, Ohio, and this is the YouTube channel that aims to bring you guys in-gym quality coaching and workouts for your at-home or, as I'm standing here, garage gym needs. Now, Super Sucky Saturday is what we like to call our Saturday workouts around here. They are super sucky and can often be performed at a track, specifically a local high school track, at least until Cleveland, Ohio turns winter on us, and that's no longer accomplishable. So, hasn't happened yet. Here's what we're going to do today. Now, you guys have a lot of freedom today in how you want to go about this. You can work your way through this workout in any order, in any setup you would like. Your only goals are to complete the total reps for time, 3,200 meters of running, that's 2 miles, 100 push-ups, 200 sit-ups, and 300 air squats. Now, the reps are very specifically driven here to resemble Murph. Obviously, we don't have a pull-up bar, so that would normally be the 100, 200 to be the push-up. There wouldn't be sit-ups in there, but specifically since this is created to do at a track, we had to adjust the movements a little bit, but the reps are going to remain the same, so you can always attempt to do this as a bit of a Murph, or we can break it up rounds, or we can even go straight through if you are that crazy person. Have that however you guys want. Let me know not only your scores, how you did, but how you guys broke it up and what you thought of that, if you would do it the same way again, or maybe mix it up and change it to go better. Stick around, movements and modifications. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Alright, so for today's Super Sucky Saturday workout, we're going to hit you with the movement demonstrations and modifications all in one. The first thing I want to do though is show you guys, you got a little light reflection there, the different options you can go with today. So this is kind of set up to be convenient to you in terms of how you want to attack this. Maybe the same way you've attacked Murph in the past, or maybe some different options that you weren't able to use on Murph because Murph is a forced mile at the beginning and the end. So obviously we have the straight through option here. We have the option that would be similar to a, there we go, straight through Murph, the 1600 meter or the mile, 100, 200, 300 in a row, and then our 1600 mile at the end. We have this option that would be similar to how most people do Murph, or one of the ways most people do Murph, which is your mile at the beginning and at the end, and then 10 rounds of push-ups, sit-ups, air squats in the middle. That would also be similar to maybe how people tend to break it down more often, which is 5, 10, 15. You could put all the running at the end, you could put all the running at the beginning, you could bookend the runnings, you could separate everything up and try and break it out different ways. Maybe put a mile at the beginning and at the end, put 150 air squats, 100 sit-ups, so half and half, 100 push-ups, and then 100, 150 again before the run. Or there's all kinds of different ways you can break up the sets. Basically, what we'll be looking at here, look at this in a convenient-ish way, is 10 of 10, 20, 30, or 20 of 5, 10, 15, and then really you have 8 rounds of a 400 meter run, or you can look at that as 16 rounds of a 200 meter run if you're working your way around a track or something along those lines, right? So the big thing here is with air squats, let's hold ourselves to some standards here, guys. We're going to be doing a lot of running, which is going to push us on the balls of our feet, which is going to make us want to have a higher bottom position on our squat. Get that butt back, get it down, let those feet be nice and flat, let your ankles be flexible, try not to keep them stiff, okay? On the push-ups, let's see those chests touching the ground, let's see our full extension. Otherwise, those shoulders are going to get way overworked, and we're going to feel like we're running like this and we can't do much about it. That's going to get uncomfortable. Even if you guys need to transition to the knees or come up with a new game plan mid-fro and start breaking things up a little bit more, do that. Full range of motion push-ups, we want our shoulders to be stronger and healthier. We don't want to beat the shit out of them and have them hurting for the next couple days. Now, on the sit-ups, 2 things I want to talk through. A couple different ways we've done this. So let's say these are my feet and my legs, right? We will sit on the ground, push those knees out to the side, push the feet together, and I go back, touch the ground, come all the way up, touch my feet, shoulders over the hips. In this position, I don't have my hip flexors in the game, so to speak, so they are not helping me do the sit-up. It is pretty much all core. However, I think we need to be careful of a lot of times people will arch their lower back in that position, and that's not much different than us sitting in the bottom of a squat with an arched lower back, right? That isn't going to get most people to have a tight, or cause most people to have a tight lower back. The other thing you guys can do is having those knees bent, feet down, right? So basically just feet on the ground, knees are up in the air, I go back, I come up, I touch my feet. That is going to cause you to use your hip flexors a little bit during the sit-up, but it will protect your lower back. So a couple different things you need to think about there, because I personally, as I'm running, my hip flexors get relatively tight anyway because I tend to pick my knees up and use them to pick my knees up, in which case I might want to avoid my hip flexors while I'm doing the sit-ups, in which case it might be better suited for me to worry about the lower back if that creeps up than to have to worry about the hip flexors. If that's not how you roll, then it's not how you roll. You guys can come up with a different game plan for that, but at least you know what's going on there. One of the other things I tend to do is sometimes I'll leave my legs completely straight and then come all the way up and go back, and that allows me to really focus on keeping my butt tight and coming up with a core control. The one hard part about that is when I go back, I'll either arch on the way back or have to kind of worm myself down almost like I'm doing a back extension on the GHD. So it is a little bit slower because it's a little more challenging to not get my back tight and arch myself as I go back into the back end of that sit-up. Okay, so however you guys want to do it, just don't forget to let us know. I'm really interested to see how people break this up and choose it.
Stay tuned for movement modifications.